Oh boy, this one is going to be interesting. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? So, in this video, we're going to try to beat Pokemon Heart Gold with just one Smeargle. And yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. And if we take a look at Smeargle's stats, they are pretty awful. I'm not going to lie. Like, its HP is okay. Its speed's actually pretty decent for Pokemon that we're using right here. But its attack and special attack are just god awful. Like, thank goodness Smeargle gets Technician, but man, this thing will not be hitting hard at all. And its defenses are bad too. So this is what we have to work with. So I'm quite interested to see how this is gonna play out. And yeah, so if you guys do enjoy this kind of content on my channel, please leave a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it a lot. And I'll see you guys in the run. Oh, and I forgot to mention something. Smeargle only gets one move via level up, and that move is Sketch. And Smeargle's pretty quick, so we're gonna have to hope that Pokemon uses Quick Attack, and that's exactly what happens. So we found a level 4 Rattata, which does in fact learn Quick Attack level 4, which is perfect. And luckily, he used Quick Attack in the first turn, and that was what allowed me to get Quick Attack. So here's about my rival. And yeah, we have Technician, Quick Attack, and it's gonna do about 60 damage. About with Stab, it's gonna do even more, like around like I don't know, like 50 or 60, or sorry, not 60. It was like at least like 80 or 70. It is like a lot of damage. But anyway, that was an easy rival fight, and let's move on to Faulkner. All right, so Faulkner was pretty much a joke. His Pokemon are pretty weak, but his Pidgeotto does put up a good fight. So let's get right into it. All right, so first Pokemon's Pidgey, and the only thing we have right now is Quick Attack, so that's all we're gonna use on it. And surprisingly, doesn't one shot, and that's okay because we're gonna want to KO it next turn. Next is Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto is a little bit more bulkier, and it took that Quick Attack pretty well. However, yeah, it has Roost. That's not good. And we actually took this opportunity to actually sketch Roost for ourselves, which is pretty good. So that's amazing. So yeah, this battle might last a little bit, little while. Who knows? But anyway, I'm gonna use Roost and get all my health back. And use Gust and got a critical hit. Damn, that thing's lucky. Use Gust again, and yeah. So we're just gonna keep tackling it, quick attacking it, and we eventually do knock it out. So that's pretty good. All right. So if that was Faulkner, Faulkner wasn't that hard at all. He was pretty easy. So let's move on to Bugsy, and yeah. But first of all, though, we do have the Eevee train. Just make sure that we're faster than Red's Pikachu, because that's gonna not be good if we go on speed as Pokemon. So yeah. All right. So the Pokemon you want to Eevee train from is this little patch of grass right here, which I like doing, and you want to find Sentret and Pidgey. Why not Rattata or Hoot? It's because Hoot Hoot gives you HP and not attack, which is why we need Sentret and Pidgey, because they're probably a better choice for Smeargle. And I'm going to be using only physical moves in this run, so that's why we're using. We are knocking all these Pidgey and all these Sentret, because we need those precious EV points in our stats to help us beat the hardest trainer of them all, Red. But anyway, so yeah. Um, let's move on to Bugsy now, right? All right, so Bugsy was an absolute joke because there's a hiker in Union Cave that has an Onyx, and that Onyx has Rock Throw, and we were able to sketch Rock Throw, and yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Rock Throw, and it will one hit KO Cypher. Okay, that's very good. I know we're like almost like 10 levels above it, but yeah, we managed to one shot Cypher with a Rock Throw. That's pretty good. Next up is Metapod, and of course Rock Throw is gonna one shot it. If it one shots Cypher, then it'll one shot Metapod. So goodbye Metapod. And then we have Kakuna, which is going to be a one hit KO as well. This was an absolute breeze. Like, this wasn't even that hard at all. Like, honestly, easy battle so far. But this is just the easy part of the game. There'll be much harder battles than this eventually, but not right now though. Anyway, let's move on to Rival 2 and see what we can do. Alright, so on to Rival 2. He wasn't too hard. We do have Rock Throw now, so that will allow us to actually hit his Ghastly. So let's get right into it. Alright, so he leads with a Ghastly, and look, I'm gonna go for Rock Throw, and we're gonna one-shot Ghastly. Alright, so the next Pokemon sends out is Zubat. I'm just gonna go for Quick Attack, and we one-shot. Okay, perfect. And so this Pokemon is Bayleaf, and I went for Quick Attack, and it almost one-shotted. It critted it, which did a lot of damage, and man, that was pretty good. But next turn we're gonna knock it out anyway, so we're good. And that was Rival 2. Pretty easy. Not much to say there, really. And, yeah, let's move on to Whitney. Alright, so Whitney's definitely going to be a really hard gym leader. But, however, the last battle that I did with her, which was the one I didn't record, I was able to sketch a rollout, which eventually she did use, and I was able to sketch it, which is why I have this battle right now. So, we're just going to spam rollout against Clefairy, and eventually we are going to knock it out. Alright, the next up is Meltank, and we're going to do not that good damage. It goes for Attract, which is not great. And we're going to go for another rollout and knock it out. So that's, yeah, that was literally the whole battle. Quickest battle yet, probably. But yeah, that was pretty easy. Let's move on to Morty next. All right. Actually, not Morty, sorry. Meant to say rival free. My bad. So rival free was pretty easy. I mean, he was like the older one, except now he has a Magnemite, and yeah, his Pokemon are just a little bit more higher leveled, so let's get right into it. Alright, so he sends out Ghastly again, and I'm going to go for a rollout. It doesn't quite knock it out, but it goes for Confuse Ray, which isn't that great. And we're going to go for a rollout and knock it out. That's awesome. And next out comes Bayleaf. We unfortunately we hit us with Confusion. It decides to poison me, which is a bit rude. Anyway, I managed to hit it with Rollout, and I hit it again with Rollout. It starts to spam Synthesis, which is so annoying. I go for Rollout again, and I knock it out. Alright, perfect. Alright, next Pokemon is Zubat. I go for Rollout and knock it out. Alright, perfect. And last Pokemon is Magnemite. And Magnemite is a one-shot with Rollout. Alright, that was the whole battle. Man, that was incredibly easy. Anyway, let's move on to Morty. Alright, so Morty was a absolute joke. Rollout just made all his Pokemon just get absolutely destroyed. So let's get right into it. Alright, so he leads with a Ghastly. Alright, and then we're just gonna spam Rollout, and surprisingly we got a critical hit on the first turn. That was pretty good luck. Next Pokemon comes out as Haunter. We don't knock it out, unfortunately. Morty heals, that's okay. We're just gonna knock out Haunter. And next Pokemon comes out as Gengar. We do outspeed Gengar, which is actually pretty good. I like that a lot. We do outspeed it. Haunter comes out next, and we unfortunately get a miss, which is a bit unfortunate, but whatever. I went for Rock Throw. It's good. And then Haunter goes for Curse and knocks itself out. So you know what? I'll take that. That was pretty good. But yeah, that was Morty. Pretty easy, not gonna lie. Let's move on to Price. And I'll tell you why we're moving on to Price instead of Jasmine or Chuck. Alright, so Price was actually pretty easy. But one of the reasons why I did Price before the other two gym leaders was because, well, they were more harder, and our moves weren't going to do much damage to them. So anyway, let's get on with the battle. So he leads the Seal. I'm just going to start using Spam and Rollout, and surprisingly didn't two-shot it. It keeps lowering my speed, which is a little bit annoying, but that's whatever, I guess. It took us 4 rollouts just to knock out this Seal. Wow, that is unimpressive. However, the 5th one one-shotted Piloswine, which is amazing. Last Pokemon is Dewgong. It goes for a Aurora Beam, and that's okay. We're just going to go for a Rollout. It's going to go for another Aurora Beam. We're just going to keep using the Rollout, and then we're going to knock it out. And that was Price. Pretty easy. I honestly... yeah, the battles aren't going to get any easier, trust me. It's going to get harder from here. So, let's move on to Jasmine, I guess. Alright, so Jasmine was definitely going to be easier than Chuck is, so let's get right into it. So, for Jasmine, what we have is we have the move Magnitude, which is kind of like a roll dice move, and it can do between 10 and 120 damage, which, sounds pretty good. And yeah, so basically we're just gonna one shot both of her Magnemite, and then our Steelix comes out. We go for magnitude and hopefully knock it out. And man, his fiend is so bulky. And then it goes for a sandstorm, not great, but we're basically the only way you could probably win this battle is if you just spam the move magnitude and hope you get good RNG. And then we get Iron Tail hit and it does wow. Okay. 3 HP. That's pretty close, but at least we could actually recover. Oh, Rock Throw. Honestly, I didn't expect for it to actually have Rock Throw. That's kind of cool. And it keeps using it. Why not Iron Tail? That's a way... Okay, now there it is. But, man, I don't know why. Oh. And then we get a crit of magnitude. Okay, well, this is a weird battle. But, hey, I'll take it, though. That was pretty good. And, yeah, let's move on to Chuck. Chuck is going to be super, super difficult. Alright, so I was really, really worried about Chuck because he has Flying-type Pokemon, and I'm a normal type, so let's see how this goes. Alright, so he sounds out Primeape, and we're just gonna go for a Magnitude, and we get a pretty good roll. It goes for earlier, which is fine. I go for a Magnitude again and get the lowest roll possible. Thank you, Pokemon. It goes for Double Team and goes for Hook Switch. I get a max roll Magnitude, which is, pretty great. Next I have Poliwrath. I go for Magnitude. It goes for Surf, which is fine. I go for Magnitude again, and it has such extra Spirit. That's okay. It goes for Surf again, and then now it tries to go for Focus Punch now, and then I get a Magnitude hit. And it tries to go for Focus Punch again, and I hit it. Finish it off with a Magnitude. Whew, that was a very, very hard battle. I mean, it took me a couple attempts, but finally we got past Chuck. Thank goodness. Alright, on to rival number 4. Alright, so rival 4 wasn't that hard. This Pokemon are more stronger now. He actually has a Golbat now, which is kind of scary. So let's get right into it. And a Meganium as well. So, anyway, we're just going to go for a rollout first turn. And we unfortunately get a miss, which is really, really sucks. But we not gonna go back next turn anyway, so that's pretty good. Magnemite comes out next turn. We do not do enough damage to it. It gets a Thunder Wave off, which sucks. Goes for a Sonic Boom next turn, and we don't knock it out. Really unfortunate, but it's whatever, really. Next Pokemon is Meganium. It goes for Reflect. We go for Rollout, and we knock it out without a critical hit. Okay, that's pretty good. Next Pokemon is Sneasel. Now, I actually wanted to stall out this Reflect, because I actually really, really need this Reflect to go away in order for me to actually win this battle, or else it would be impossible. So, we're just going to keep roosting up until the Reflect wears off, and then we can finally attack Sneasel. So, yeah. There we go. It wore it off. We're going to go for a Rollout again, and unfortunately we get a Paralysis. Unfortunately... And we get another one again. Oh my lord. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, we managed to heal ourselves up. Let's go for rollout again. And we got a critical hit. That's very nice. Alright. This Sneasel, man, is just... Oh, alright. Anyway, this Pokemon is Haunter. It goes for Curse, and we hit with rollout and knock it out. Whew, this battle might actually took me a couple attempts because it was like super, super hard. Like, man, oh man. Alright. Anyway, that was round 4. Not too hard. Let's move on to Claire. Alright, so I wanted to ask you guys a question here. This isn't cheating, right? I mean, yes. So what I'm about to do here is something you guys might question, but yes, I'm using 2 Pokemon in the double battle. Bob Ross and Paris. Now, what am I doing here? I am trying to teach Smeargle Spore. And what am I doing exactly? Yes, so Paris, we're not using it in a battle to attack the other Pokemon, but if we use it to put Smeargle to sleep and let Smeargle sketch the Spore, that doesn't count as Paris being in battle, right? Like, I hope you guys don't get mad at me for doing this, but I feel like this would make the run a lot easier instead of like I don't know, like getting Hypnosis instead of Spore. Like, Hypnosis is very inaccurate, and I just don't like it. Spore is 100% accuracy and it is amazing. And yes, as you can see, we got Spore. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So technically, if you think about it really hard, we didn't use Paris in battle. It was just sitting next to me, just using Spore on Smeargle. I wasn't really participating in battle. So if you say I'm cheating, then you may be right, but also might be wrong. But anyway, let's move on to Claire and let's try to beat her. Alright, so Claire's definitely going to be more of a challenge than any other gym leader that we faced so far. So let's get right into it. Alright, so the first Pokemon is Gyarados, and unfortunately we get intimidated, which is fine. We go for a Spore and put it to sleep, and we're just gonna go for a rollout. And because of that Intimidate drop, my rollouts are not doing as much damage as they should be doing. And unfortunately, we do get a miss, which kind of sucks. And Gyarados goes for Dragon Rage, which does a lot of damage. We're going for a Rock. It didn't KO. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It goes for a Dragon Rage again, and we're just gonna keep spamming it. And we don't knock this damn Feint out. Man, this Feint's bulky. But anyway, we do knock it out eventually. Next up is Dragonair. I go for a rollout, and we knock it out. Perfect. Alright, that's awesome. Next Pokemon that comes out is Kingdra. We put it to sleep with Spore. And yeah, now we're going to go for Roost and heal up real quick. And it stays asleep. Very good. We're going to go for Magnitude. We get Magnitude 10, which did like maybe like a quarter of its health. And yeah, so so we're just going to keep spamming it. It goes for Hyper Beam, which does not that much damage, surprisingly. But all we got to do is just put it back to sleep and keep spamming Magnitude until eventually we beat this thing. And yeah, that's literally the only way it could beat Kingdra is just keep spamming Magnitude. And because to be honest, Kingdra is a big threat. We don't want to use Rollout because Rollout is too risky. It goes for Hyper Beam again, and we took that very well. And yeah, we're gonna keep going for Spore again, and it stays asleep. We're gonna use Roost again, get our health back, and it stays asleep. Very good. We go for Magnitude, and we get Magnitude 4. Very good game. That's what I like to see. And eventually we do knock it out, which is very good. And last Pokemon is Dragonair, and this should be very, very easy. First of all, though, we do put it to sleep, of course, because we want it to be asleep. We go for Magnitude again, and we do pretty good damage against it. Fortunately, Shedskin actually woke it up, which is kind of unfortunate. It goes for Thunder Wave, which, isn't the worst thing in the world. And it goes for Dragon Pulse, which doesn't do that much, but yeah, we're getting close to knocking this thing out anyway. And goodbye. Okay, that was Claire. Definitely a lot more of a hard gym leader. And yeah, so on to Rival number 5, Rival Fivel. Alright, so Rival Fivel wasn't that hard. And yeah, he wasn't that hard. Now that we have a Spore, he's going to be more easier. So let's get right into it. Alright. So he leads with Sneasel, and that's pretty good. We're going to put it to sleep, and then we're going to start rollouting, right? No, we go for Magnitude. Okay, I paused there for a second for some reason. Anyway, fortunately it goes for Icy Wind. That sucks, and we're going to knock it out with Magnitude 5, which is good, I guess. Next up is Golbat, and we're just going to put that bad boy to sleep, and yep. Then we're going to go for a rollout, and we are going to, yeah, so it stays asleep. It's very good. Rollout knocks it out. Man, I'm getting my freaking words mixed up for some reason. Next up is Mega Ganium. Unfortunately, we don't KO it. It does go for Reflect, which is okay. Next up is Magneton, and we don't knock it out. Fortunately, it goes for freaking Thunder Wave, and that's just annoying as hell. And uses Supersonic. Oh my god. Gen 4. Alright, well, eventually we do get a chance to actually move and knock it out with a Magnitude, which is very good. Next up is Kadabra. We go for Spore and put it to sleep. And then we're just going to go for a Recover here, and we get all our health back. Now we're going to start using Rollout, and eventually we will knock out Kadabra. And that's exactly what we do. Alright, perfect. Next Pokemon is Haunter. And we should be able to knock it out here. Yes, perfect. That was Rival Fival. Not so hard. Honestly, could have been harder than that. But hey, you know what though? I'll take it. Alright, so Will wasn't really that hard. I mean, really, realistically, all you need to do really is just use Spore. And then just go for a rollout and hopefully win. That's really all you can hope for in this battle. So, anyway, we do put the Zatu to sleep, which is very good. And then we go for a rollout, and we got a critical hit. Holy moly, that did a lot of damage. Oh, excuse me. Fortunately, it woke up first turn, and it hit his Psychic. However, we are eventually going to knock it out, and goodbye Zatu. Alright, next Pokemon is Jinx, and we had a rollout on it, which is a guaranteed one-hit KO. Goodbye Jinx. Next Pokemon is Executor, and we're going to roll out, and we are going to knock it out. Very good. Alright, next Pokemon is Slowbro, and unfortunately we get to put it to sleep because we ran out of rollouts. Again, we go for rollout again, and hopefully we do knock this thing out. We got a critical hit, which is very lucky, and we knock it out. Very, very good. Alright, last Pokemon is Zatu again, and this should be easy 1-hit KO, and yeah, okay, that was easy. Alright, moving on to Koga. Alrighty. Koga shouldn't be too hard. I mean, he should be an absolute joke. Alright, so Koga was actually pretty easy. Really, all you have to do is just use Rollout, and you pretty much win. So, let's get right to it. So he sends out Ariados, and I go for Rollout. Since I can't Spore, it's because it has Insomnia, unfortunately. But that's okay. It goes for a Spiderweb, which does literally nothing to me. Next up is Fortress. It goes for Scummy Protect, which is kind of like infuriating my strategy. But we do put it to sleep, and what we do here is go for Magnitude, and this thing will use Explosion, and it will do a ton of damage. I think it even knocked me out as well, but I don't know. But anyway, what you want to do essentially is just keep putting it to sleep. Make sure you keep using Magnitude until eventually you do knock out the Fortress. And yeah, that's pretty much all you do really. And hope that you get good rolls. Unfortunately, I got a Magnitude 4 which did like no damage at all. And unfortunately, Koga did heal, which is a bit unfortunate, but whatever. So you want to keep going for Magnitude, and just hope to God you knock it out eventually. Let's be honest, Fortress was the most frustrating Pokemon on his team, like right now. Anyway, we do eventually knock out Fortress, which is thank goodness. Next Pokemon is Muck. Just all you want to do is put it to sleep and then spam Magnitude. And yeah, you should be fine. You should be fine. Unfortunately, I did go for Minimize, which kind of sucks, but whatever. It misses with Gunk Shot, so I guess that's kind of good, I guess. We do knock it out with the next Magnitude, which is very, very good. Next Pokemon comes out is Crobat. I put it to sleep. Surprisingly, I tried to speed it somehow. That's kind of crazy. And I'm just going to just spam Rollout, because that's like the only move that would really work. And yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and I got a crit as well. And I got a crit. Alright, so that works. Alright, so next Pokemon is Venomoth. This is his last Pokemon. And we're just going to one-shot with Rollout. Alright, that was Koga. Nothing too much to say about him, besides Fortress being so freaking bulky. But yeah, on to Bruno. Bruno will definitely be a lot harder because he's an invited type trainer, so yeah. Alright, so Bruno was definitely very challenging. And yeah, definitely one of his Pokemon were very, very like hard to get rid of. That was Machamp. Machamp's Cross Chop would one shot me and absolutely destroy me. So anyway, let's get on with the battle. So I put him on top of sleep, and then I just spam Magnitude. That's literally all you need to do. Just keep spamming. Unfortunately, it does heal, which is fine, but all you gotta do is just keep spamming. Keep putting it to sleep. Keep using Magnitude till it eventually just faint. Alright. and unfortunately I got a Magnitude 5, which kind of sucks, but whatever. But now that it's low enough, I can go for low and one-shot it. And the next now comes out Hitmonlee. It goes for Focus Energy, which is fine. And goes for Swagger, which is actually kind of what I wanted it to go for. And the thing is, I can't get hit by Confusion, or it's always done for. So Chan comes out next. Go for Rollout, and I one-shot it because of Swagger. So good for Swagger. Next Pokemon is Onix. I go for Spore. And yeah, just all you need to do is use Magnitude and just knock it out. And that's pretty much all you need to do really for Onix. Onix isn't a big threat at all. It's pretty easy. And yeah, bye bye Onix. Alright, next Pokemon is Hitmonchan. And it doesn't even use Mach Punch for, it doesn't even use Mach Punch for some reason. It uses other punch moves. I'm not quite sure why it does that, but whatever. It really doesn't matter. Eventually, we will knock out Hitmonchan. It's pretty weak anyway, so we're just gonna knock it out and goodbye Hitmonchan. And that was Bruno. Not too hard, but we do have to move on to Karen, and Karen's definitely going to be a little bit tougher. Well, maybe not actually. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. All right, so Karen is a little bit tougher. She uses Umbreon, and Umbreon is extremely bulky with 110 base defense and 130 base special defense, which is pretty bulky. But yeah. So what you want to do is just put it to sleep, and then just spam Magnitude as much as you possibly can, and hope that it stays asleep long enough for you to knock it out. Unfortunately, it doesn't, and it goes for Confuse Away, which is a little bit annoying, but whatever. All we gotta do is put it back to sleep and just keep spamming Magnitude, and you should be okay. Fortunately, I did hit myself in Fusion. Not once, but twice. Oh my god. Okay, thank goodness I hit myself for the third time in a row. That would have been awful. Karen uses a Forest Store and then I use Spore, so it actually might take longer to wake up now because of that. So just keep spamming Magnitude on it. Magnitude for a ground type move has over 30 PP, so you can use it for quite a while. I would use Earthquake, but Earthquake only has 10 power points, and Magnitude has 30, so it's kind of better sometimes. But anyway, we eventually we will knock out the Umbreon, and all we gotta do now is put the Gengar to sleep, and then go for Recover and get our health back because we're gonna need it just in case it goes for Focus Blast, and Focus Blast probably would have one shot me to be honest. Actually, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. But anyway, all we gotta do now is spam Rollout on it, and eventually we'll take it out. And now the rest of our Pokemon should be an absolute joke. So I'll go Houndoom. Houndoom, we miss a freaking Rollout, unfortunately, and wow, we just lived that on such a little HP. Unbelievable. We were like, oh my god, if we were level 72 or 71, we would have gotten one shot by that. But hey, we're good though. We are okay. Alright, hopefully we knock out this Houndoom. It is a little bit bulky, but not really. Houndoom isn't that bulky. You know, it's a Pokemon, it's not that bulky. But anyway, once it wakes up, you do put it back to sleep, and then just go for Magnitude and just knock it out. And yeah, that's really it. And now comes Murkrow. Just go. All you gotta do with all you gotta do with Murkrow is just go for a loud. Why am I starting so much? Okay. And unfortunately, I kept getting misses with Rollout, which is a bit unfortunate. And Murkrow could be using Peck, and really unfortunate. It keeps getting crits. I think this thing has Super Luck or something, but it keeps on getting critical hits. I'm pretty sure this thing has Super Luck. And what I was trying to do is hopefully get a Rollout hit, and then eventually I do. And that's Pokemon comes out as Vileplume, and it should be an easy win here. So Vileplume unfortunately does use Sun Spore, but that's okay though, because we do end up hitting Rollout in the next turn and not quite knock it out. And we do land the next one and we finish it off her Pokemon. That's pretty good. Karen's definitely a much harder one. But now we have to face the champion, and well, Rollout should make that pretty easy. So let's get right into it. Alright, so everyone probably thinks that Lance is the most scariest trainer in Elite Four, but with my Smeargle's moveset, he's kind of a pushover. Let's get right into it. Alright, so he leads with Gyarados, and unfortunately Gyarados does in fact have Intimidate, which sucks. However, that won't do too much. Anyway, just put him to sleep, and then you want to start spamming Rollout. And then eventually you will do enough damage to knock out the Gyarados. And yeah, goodbye Gyarados. Alright, next Pokemon is Dragonite. We go for Rollout, and it will one-hit KO to his low. By the way, that was his highest level Pokemon, by the way. And alright, anyway, I'll come as the second Dragonite, and we one-shot it. Goodbye, Dragonite. And his third Dragonite, and what we're gonna do. Oh yeah, we ran out of rollouts, so just put it to sleep and then go for a rollout again, and hopefully he doesn't attack, which would be nice. We get a critical hit on the second rollout, which is amazing. My God. And next out comes Charizard. Charizard can't do anything to me. It's gonna be a one shot. Next Pokemon is Aerodactyl, and anyway, unfortunately for Aerodactyl, it doesn't have speed make it's Smeargle, which is unfortunate. But hey, that was Lance. Pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie, like a pretty easy battle. But yeah, as you guys probably do know, every single HeartGold and SoulSilver playthrough I do, this is not the end. We have to we have to go through Kanto, beat every single gym leader, and then beat Red. And if we can beat Red, then we have truly beaten the entire game with just a Smeargle. So anyway, so yeah, that was Johto with just Smeargle. That was not too bad. We only got to like level like what 74 or something. Not too bad. I'll take it. Or was it 75? I don't know. But anyway, I'll take it though. Anyway, we'll move on to Johto, alright? Alright, so first up is Brock, and he was pretty easy. He only uses rock and ground type Pokemon. He's pretty easy to deal with. And yeah, so for Graveler, you just want to try to use Mega as much as you can, but eventually, unfortunately for me, it kept going for defense curl, and eventually Brock was able to heal it up, which is a bit unfortunate, but we do eventually manage to take it out, which is nice. I do like that a lot. And next up is Rhyhorn, and Rhyhorn is pretty easy to deal with. It went for Sandstorm for some reason, which is Darude, which is Sandstorm. I said that in the wrong way. Sorry. Next up is Ace Onyx, and we are gonna put that bad boy to sleep, and we're eventually gonna knock it out with Magnitude. And that's exactly what we do, guys. That is exactly what we do. Here we go, finally. Okay, next Pokemon that comes out is Kabutops, and Kabutops, we're just gonna put that bad boy to sleep as well, and we're gonna knock it out with a Magnitude. And yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Like we're knocking it out like that. It's like that. Next up is Amistar, and Amistar did take me a little bit longer to take out, but I don't know. It was a little bit of a pain taking me out. It does take like about a minute to take out here, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. It took me so long to knock out this thing because I got really bad luck with my Magnitude. Plus, I kept going for Protect and just kept healing. It was very, very annoying, but eventually, we do eventually knock out Amistar. It's really unfortunate that we have to wait so long to knock this thing out, but eventually, we do eventually knock this thing out. Brock has too much freaking full restores. And eventually, we do knock out the Amistar. Oh my god. Guys, I have nothing to say. I'm sorry. I just wait. There we go, finally. Okay. We knock out Amistar, and we finally beat Brock. Thank goodness. Alright, let's move on to Misty. Alright, so after disturbing Misty and her boyfriend for like the third time in this series, we are going to be battling her again. So here we go. Alright, so she leads with a Golduck, and we're gonna put that bad boy to sleep real quick, and then we're just gonna spam roll out and just beat all her Pokemon up. So that's pretty much this battle, really. Like all we gotta do is just go for roll out and knock it out. And yeah, and she made a bit of a mistake by bringing out Lapras, because Lapras is gonna get one shotted by that. So goodbye, Lapras. This Pokemon is Starmie, and we are going to absolutely dominate it. Alright. Last Pokemon is Quagsire. Now, Quagsire, I decided to keep going for a rollout because it's probably the best bet. And I didn't think that that Magnitude would be that good against it. And it goes for Earthquake, and that did quite a bit of damage, but I think we'll be okay. We get a critical hit, which kind of like mattered a little bit. Anyway. Again, went for Radiance, which is fine, and then we're just gonna finish off with Rollout, and that was Misty. Nothing too much to say about her, really. She was pretty easy. I did actually speed up this footage so it was a little bit quicker, so yeah. Anyway, let's move on to Surge, and yeah, try to beat him. Alright, so usually Surge would be pretty hard to beat, but since we have Spore and Magnitude, his team can't do much to us, really. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so he leads with his ace, Raichu. Here we go, Raichu. Pokemon I love very much, but we are going to put that bad boy to sleep, and we are going to use Magnitude, and we're going to get a Magnitude 9, and that It's enough to knock out Raichu. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. Next up is Electric Buzz. We're going to put that bad boy to sleep as well. And then we'll knock it out with a magnitude 8. And goodbye, goodbye, Electric Buzz. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Next Pokemon is Electrode, and honestly, you probably don't even need to put him to sleep, but just in case you don't get the range you need, just put him to sleep, just in case. But with a magnitude 6, we knock out Electrode, not too bad. Next Electrode, you honestly, yeah, at that point you don't even need sleep, so just go for magnitude, and you should be able to beat all his Pokemon. And Magneton cannot survive African or ground type move. Sorry, I forgot what to say there. But anyway, that was Surge. Pretty easy fight, honestly. And next up is Erika. So let's go. All right, so Erika can be a bit challenging for some Pokemon. For Pikachu, is really challenging. But let's see how this goes. Alright, so it should be easy. Anyway, she leads with a Jump Bluff, and we're going to put it to sleep. And then we're going to spam roll out. Basically, you don't even want to use magnitude. Just go for roll out, and you should be able to win easily. And yeah, that's pretty much all you can do, really, is just hope that they stay asleep. And yeah, so this is how the battle's going to go. It's going to be easy. Unfortunately, we don't knock out the victory bell, unfortunately. And that's really unfortunate, because I was hoping it would, but it doesn't. So that's fine, I guess. Anyway. Next Pokemon is Blossom. We use Rolla and we will one-shot this Blossom. Goodbye, Blossom. Alright, now last Pokemon is Tangela. You want to probably put to sleep, and yeah, that's pretty much all you want to do. Nothing much to say about this one, and just keep using Rollout at that point. Like, Magnitude's useless right now in this battle, so don't even bother using it. Just go for Rollout. Technician will boost the first 2 hits, and then the rest of them will be like normal damage. So yeah. Unfortunately, Tangela missed with Sleep Powder, which is very unfortunate for it. I mean, I guess that's good for me because that allows me to actually keep hitting it with Rollout. Erika starts to heal as well, which is a little bit unfortunate, but eventually we do knock out Tangela. Next up is Janine, and yeah, let's get right to it. Now, Janine is an absolute joke. Her Pokemon are actually more lower level than we are. I don't know why that is, but it is. But anyway, she leaves with Crobat. I'm going to put her to sleep. And then all you want to do from there on is just spam Rollout, and hopefully you don't get a miss with Rollout, and that'd be wonderful. We do knock out Crobat. Next up is Weezing. Weezing could be a very bulky Pokemon, but with a crit, it's gone. This Pokemon is Ariados, and we're gonna one shot with a Rollout. Perfect. Next Pokemon is another Ariados. We're gonna go for a Rollout again and just knock it out. Man, everything's getting ruined by this Smeargle. Holy moly. This Pokemon is Venomoth, and you just want to go for a Spore and then just go for a Rollout. At this point, just kill it. Just kill it at this point. Just get rid of it. Murder it. Get rid of it. Unfortunately, we did get a miss with Flo, which stinks, but whatever. Next turn, we're going to knock it out anyway. So that was Janine. Pretty easy gym leader. And yeah, let's move on to Sabrina. Yay! Sabrina, Psychic Gym Leader. Alright, so Sabrina should be pretty easy. Her Pokemon are pretty good leveled though, but let's see how this goes anyway. Alright. So she leads off with Espeon, and we're going to put it to sleep. And then you want to use Rollout. And just hope to God that it doesn't use Reflect or something, which I think Mr. Brown does do in this battle. We get a critical on a second turn. That was pretty lucky. Fortunately, we're going to miss. It went for Light Screen, which is fine. We're just going to put it to sleep. And we're going to use Rollout on it. Alright, goodbye. Oh, no, it's still alive. Oh, it's still alive. Okay, well, let's not get... Oh, full restore. That's a bit unfortunate. And oh my god. It just won't stop using it. Oh my god. Sabrina, stop spamming full restores. Let me knock this vein out, please. Eventually, we do knock out Mr. Mime with Rollout, and now we move on to Alakazam. Finally, it's about freaking time. Holy crap. Alright, and we will one-shot it with a critical hit. Alright, awesome. That was Sabrina. Pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie. Let's move on to Blaine in Seafood Wyman's. Let's go, guys. Alright, so Blaine wasn't really that hard. I mean, all you really need to do is just go for a rollout or Mega 2, depending on what you want to go for. But yeah, he should be easy. It's not even that hard at all. Yeah, we're not gonna bother go for Spore, just go for wait, what? It survived that? Really? Man, that's rough. Anyway, he Pro Stores, that's fine. We're going for Magnitude Fortune, like nothing. So there you go. Eventually we will knock it out. Thank goodness. Alright. Next Pokemon is Magmar, and we're gonna use Magnitude number 9. And that actually knocked it out. Wow, that did a lot of damage. Holy moly. Next Pokemon is Rapidash, and Rapidash can't do much. We got Magnitude 10, and that was enough to knock it out in one hit. Okay, well, I'll take that. That was pretty good. Next up is Blue. Now, Blue, we might have trouble against, but we'll see what we can do, guys, alright? Alright, so for Blue, I originally did try to do this with my rollout and Magnitude Strap, but against the Machamp, it was just not happening. So, I was actually able to sketch a couple useful moves. I was able to sketch Return and Belly Drum. So, let's see how this battle will go. Alright, so leads the Executor. All you gotta do is put it to sleep, and then hope it doesn't wake up next turn using Trick Room. If it does, you're screwed. Then, yeah, just go for Belly Drum, max out your attack, and thank goodness Executor stayed asleep. And all you gotta do now is just press Return like 6 times or maybe 7 times, and you just want to one-shot all those Pokemon. And that's pretty much how you were gonna beat Red as well. And yeah, that's really how you're gonna beat Red too. But yeah, so literally I am literally just one-shotting all of his Pokemon with Return. We are obviously max friendship, so it's gonna do exactly 102 damage with stab as well. So maybe like 102, like 122 maybe, I don't know. But anyway, Rhydon is a bit more bulkier, so I actually decided to put it to sleep, and it only does like half. Thank goodness put it to sleep, or else it would have been going for Earthquake. And yeah, we're gonna knock it out. Thank goodness. And then he only has like two more Pokemon. He has a Gyarados and he has a Pidgeot. Gyarados comes out and intimidates me, which doesn't do too much. We do actually knock it out with a return, which is very good. Next Pokemon that comes out is Pidgeot, and we are gonna knock it out in one shot with return. Easy peasy. All right, that was Blue. Now, yes, that the moveset I had before does not work in Sword Switch, but yeah. Now it's battle Red now, and Red's gonna be a little bit more of an RNG one. So let's get right to it, guys. All right, guys. Here we are at Mount Silver. We're about to challenge Red. He's gonna be the hardest trainer of them all, but hopefully with the strategy we used last battle, he should be pretty much easy. So he leads Pikachu, and yes, this is why we trained. I outspeed his Pikachu. Very good. If we don't outspeed Pikachu, Pikachu will hit us with Volt Tackle and will one-hit KO us, which is something we do not want to happen. And another thing we need is for Pikachu to stay asleep, which it does do. Thank goodness. And another thing, you cannot get staticked or else you are done for. If you get staticked by Pikachu, you are done, but luckily we did not. Thank goodness. And yeah, so two of his Pokemon are actually ranges, Snorlax and Lapras, from what I've seen so far. But yeah, hopefully you get lucky enough to actually be able to one-shot them. This Smeargle actually had Adamant Nature when I finally chose it, so it definitely does like a lot of damage. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, definitely gonna be a sweep here. Yeah, but yeah, you definitely want to be level 100 when you're doing this. Yeah, you definitely have to be level 100 for this, or else it's just not happening. So yeah. Next up is Venusaur, and we're just gonna one shot. Man, I've been talking too much about my freaking strategy, but anyway, yeah, Charizard can't do a lot. Oh yeah, and also we have to be Charizard, so that's very good. So that's why I made sure to Eevee train a lot, and yeah, that was Red, pretty good. And yeah, we have beaten Pokemon HeartGold with just a Smeargle. I know someone else did a challenge like this, but it was like more of like a Nuzlocke with like 6 Smeargle, but it didn't feel like an actual like solo challenge. But this was fun though. I really enjoyed making this video, and yeah, definitely was a bit challenging in some parts. Like definitely was. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video I make. Maybe it'll be a stream too. See you guys later.